don't know me, my name is Steve, and I've been trying to get things done for Yahweh and the Son Yahushua for a long time now. And for many years I've been asking the Most High to bring the right one in my life, and He answered that prayer. I'm married to a woman named Barbara, and He has answered multiple prayers with her alone. And his friends can see that she's a blessing by the Most High. They're saying, "Oh, He rewarded you, yada yada," and I know it's clear as day that she's a blessing by the Most High. And I run friends like, "Isn't He great?" I'm like, "Yeah, He is. It's amazing these blessings that He's put in our lives."
Sherry thinks that Barbara is a reptilian because Barbara posts pictures of food on her Facebook account. Disrespectful.
And I asked Sherry, how can she be a reptilian when there's Orgon in the room with her? If she wasn't human affected her, it would have done something. And then Sherry says, oh, they can block or convert it. Which that doesn't make any sense. Because if that's true, then how is our Orgon having any effect at all? Because that means they can all do that. You know, and somebody asked her that question, and she pretty much said something like, oh, hybrids have the ability to reflect it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a bunch of Orgon on Barbara, and I'm going to ask the Most High God to prevent her from being able to reflect it. Let's see what happens. Let's see if she starts melting like the Wicked Witch in the West. And obviously nothing happened to her because she's not a reptilian hybrid. Okay, so we pretty much debunked the whole reptilian thing. So now, all of a sudden, she's claiming now she's a witch now. And keep in mind where she says, how dumb do you think I am? Keep that part in mind. And then she says, how do you know she wasn't sent to destroy you? This is a good lesson for all of you. Even Sherry Shriner can be wrong. For some reason, Sherry has a problem with Barbara's old military pic where she's taken a picture with a celebrity. She probably thinks that Barbara is still in the military, and probably others as well think that, when that's not true. She's been retired for 12 years. That picture is 12 years old. I asked her to post that picture. She didn't want to post it. I just thought it was kind of cool. She's accusing Barbara of living in Kentucky with a guy named Ed, which isn't true, because she's right here with me in the Poconos. where Sherry's saying living in Kentucky with a guy named Ed, that's information that she took off somebody else's profile that she thought was one of Barbara's, and I already covered that earlier in the video. That's already been debunked. That's Sherry getting confused with somebody else's profile when it comes to the whole Kentucky thing. And she's accusing her of having like a picture of a bunch of witches on a beach or something. Once again, that's Sherry getting confused with somebody else's profile. Barbara does not have any pictures of a bunch of witches on a beach. Now she's accusing her of being a sleeper agent from the military. She's here to gather intel. This is crazy. So I guess everybody that's on Sherry's list that was in the military, I guess they're all sleeper agents gathering intel on Sherry. This is nuts. Come on. So Barbara, now what are your thoughts on this? Sherry Shriner claiming you're a reptile, you're not one of his, you're a hybrid, you're a witch, a sleeper agent. Sherry actually said that, oh, you're gonna destroy me. And when that's not true, I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
That's just so ridiculous, I can't even comment.
seemed like Sherry started to just, you know, it was all about her book, The Devil, Interview with the Devil, and she was just trying to make money off her book. It was all about the book. She's lying. The only time you people are going to wake up if 3 things happen. 1, you go to the Heavenly Father directly and get action for the truth. 2, she accuses you of something or a family member until you're a next victim. And she does this to you like she's done it to many other loyal supporters like myself. Or 3, Sherry Shriner passes away and you're all still here and you didn't go to Enoch, Planet Enoch. How many years have she been saying, oh, people are going to be raptured, and it never happened, and it keeps getting delayed again and again and again and again and again for years. Come on, people. And people, like I pointed out at the beginning of this video, I've been praying for over 10 years, for the Most High to bring the right one into my life. Not only did he answer my prayers, multiple prayers through her alone. And she's turning out to be an even bigger blessing now after all this. So that's why I knew it didn't make sense what Sherry and her lemmings were accusing her of. And now it is starting to make sense because she's a false prophet. Because you people need to wake up right now about her. So now let's talk to Mike Paul. Uh-oh, but Sherry Shriner accused being a CIA and his wife being a reptilian. Doesn't that sound familiar, people?
When I found Sherry's ministry at the age of 29, after learning everything through Alex Jones about the New World Order and the Illuminati, and then learning about reptilians with David Icke, and then Sherry put it all together for me, the whole reptilian New World Order thing. She made it all made sense to me, man. So I found a purpose in my life. I found I was meant to be an Orgone warrior. I was so drawn to that. And for the better part of 12 years, I donated thousands of dollars. I've made tons of Orgone. I've given away Orgone at my own expense. I make it and give it to whoever wants it for free. Sherry used to refer people to me up here in Canada if they were looking for Orgone or wanting Orgone. She used to refer them to me, you know. I felt so important. I felt loved. I felt I was doing something right for Yah. It was just awesome, man. I found my place in this world and it felt good. And then for this to go down, are you fighting me? And it's so hard and shocking, like, to realize Sherry, she's saying I'm CIA and my wife's reptilian, which is absolute bullshit.
Richard Brown, she said that the Most High took his soul out of his body and threw him into hell and he fell off a ladder.
And then the whole CIA bullshit with me, and when I talked to Sherry about it, she told me that it wouldn't surprise her in the least if I was CIA. And it's like after all this time, after all this loyalty, that's why, I don't know, did you see the post when I called her out on Facebook?
Dude, she has a lot of influence. But now, I'll tell you right now, the video that I'm about to come out, you've never seen anything like this before about Sherry Shriner. Because usually the videos that come out about her, it's people that don't really know her, that have never really followed her or followed her material. This is something that's never been seen. This is a Sherry Shriner video that's going to blow a lot of people away.
I've talked to Richard Brown, and he wants absolutely nothing to do with Sherry. Not her videos, not her shows, not her supporters. Because I had mentioned to him that he ought to go on the Daniel Ott show and expose Sherry for what she really is. Because he was telling me that she's become all about the money for her books. This interview with the devil. Yeah, he was saying it was all about the money, and he had confronted her about this. And they got in a big argument, and the next thing you know, he had his soul ripped from his body and thrown into hell, and he fell from the ladder and died. And I'll never forget it. Beverly called me that day, called my phone and told me all this. Beverly is nuts, and I was always so kind and everything, you know. I always thought in my head, like, cause she would call me, dude. She'd call me quite often and be like, "Get ready, Mike. You know, I hope you and Christy and the boys get ready. We're going home tonight. Tonight, we're going home." And then it's like, "Yes, Beverly, you know, like, I hope so. I really, really hope so. We'll see, you know, I hope so." I was always, like, nice about it. But in my head, I'm like, Jesus Christ, man, like, That's what a lot of people say with the whole Sherry thing is like, when are her loyal followers gonna figure out? Because like, how many times has she said that they're going home, and then it doesn't come through. But oh man, there's just so much, just crazy.
She makes everybody believe that you're an angel in the flesh. Everybody thinks that she makes you think. That follows her. Everybody thinks that about themselves when you follow Sherry. She's crazy, guys. She's a false prophet. You gotta wake up to this.